Over the course of my journey, I began developing a bad habit that grew into a pretty big problem. I'd been looking for visual confirmation or signs whenever I was unsure of my next move. I'd been basing a lot of the decisions I made on visual or even auditory confirmation from others, from discerning the talk of those around me. These were just distractions from the narrow path, most of them. Some of these were extremely cunning distractions, set up by the enemy to keep me focused on people around me and relying on that discernment rather than turning to my Creator and discerning what the true Holy Spirit was asking of me. A lot of these signs funneled me in places that I didn't need to be and nudged me towards some really bad moves. The more I focused on the little signs throughout the day, the more my interior life began to change. And I pretty much became dependent on looking for little signs to guide me and on discerning the talk from others. And I'm living with and around formers, so the enemy constantly uses them as his voice bots to relay his inspirations, attempting to get me to discern their antics. I finally began to kick the habit of discerning the fruitless antics of formers and others, and started to undo all the mess I made in my interior life by following visuals or signs thanks to some counsel Pope Peter sent me on October 10th, 2019. Pope Peter wrote, and I quote, "It's better to actively discern what the true Holy Spirit is asking of you in each and every moment, rather than seeking to discern the fruitless antics of others, because there are always going to be distractions from the narrow path, and the world is laden with the snares from the enemy. But if you resolve to only be focused on the true Holy Spirit and focus your heart," a black cat just walked by me, "on what Jesus Christ the Lord is asking of you, then it will be much easier to receive good inspirations when it comes to the fruitless antics of your formers, as they try to pull you from the narrow path. You're called to commend them and see about." I'm not kidding, look at this. As they and see about doing God the Almighty and Eternal Father in heaven's business. Be busy with building up the kingdom of heaven in your heart, and He will take care of all the distractions, because they all have an expiration date. So set your heart on pleasing your Creator, which takes effort and continual renouncing of your own desires, your own plans, and your own thoughts in exchange for His. It gets easier the more you choose to be docile to the works of the true Holy Spirit. Don't look for signs. Instead, ask, seek, and knock for the true Holy Spirit to dwell within you. You don't need signs. You need the true Holy Spirit in order to know the will of your Creator. Without the true Holy Spirit, you can only be blind, stumbling around in the dark, wasting your time trying to grasp meaningless minutiae in your day. Remember, it's a wicked generation that seeks for a sign. You know what your Creator's presence is in your interior life. So either you desire that and desire to make peace with Him in all things, or you want the signs instead." End quote. So don't spend too much time discerning things of little or no importance and distractions. And I've noticed that my spiritual focus on the true Holy Spirit is improving also. And Black Cat kind of went with the theme a little bit. That's something I'm seeking to overcome. The old me would have turned the camera off and kind of freaked out a little bit, thinking I was under a witchcraft attack or something. But it's good to stay lighthearted. My name is Scott, and thanks for watching my video.